Who was Sir Isaac Newton? Sir Isaac Newton was an English physicist and mathematician. He was born on the 25th of December, 1642, and died March 20th, 1726. What are Newton's laws? Newton's laws are three laws that together lay the foundation for classical mechanics, and they describe the relationship between a body and the forces acting upon it. Newton's first law: an object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an unbalanced force. So let's go demonstrate that. Newton's first law says an object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an unbalanced force. Well, the unbalanced force here is the brake. Newton's second law: the greater the mass, the greater amount of force needed to accelerate. Newton's second law states that the greater the mass of an object, the more force it's going to need to accelerate it. And I can prove that's true, because this isn't going to need much force to accelerate it. The lawnmower, on the other hand, is going to need much more force than this. As you can see right here, it takes much more force to accelerate this lawnmower than the wagon. Newton's third law: for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So let's go see what that is. We use pretty much everything that Sir Isaac Newton had came up with for his three laws. His three laws are in pretty much everything you ever see or do. Because they're just always there. You might not know it, but they're always occurring, and he studied this because this is like how it reacted to the human body. Like the first law, there's a lot of things that stay in motion and then get stopped because of something. And he was the one to figure that out. And we see that every day, and we might not realize it, but it's there. Just going to school, getting in the car and going to school is a very good example, because you're going to have to stop somewhere. It's a given, just to get off school. The object in motion stayed in motion until acted on by an unbalanced force, the brakes being the unbalanced force. The second law states that the more mass equals the more force needed to move an object. And there's a lot of things that prove that statement. Me just pushing a lawnmower or pushing a wagon. Now, pushing a car would be much, much more than pushing a lawnmower or a wagon. So, you basically use things, and there's something that's very heavy, it has a lot of mass, and it's going to take much more force to accelerate. And for the third law, everything has a reaction to an action, no matter what you do. You kick your foot out, and that's an action. A reaction will happen. See, a good example is shooting a gun, because the bullet goes forward, you go backwards. It doesn't really matter what kind it is or how hard it kicks. You are still going to go backwards some. Sir Isaac Newton really did lay out the basic function of many things we still use today in everyday life. We may not realize it, but they're there. Thank you for watching, and I really do hope you enjoyed my video. See you later.